Welcome to Cool Collectibles. Do you have in your basement right now, your grandma's attic, are you sitting on a gold mine of wild treasures that look something like this? It's all about Pokemon today. Bring in Joe. Bring in producer Luke. This is like going nuts. Since COVID, Pokemon cards are all the rage. Yep. Of course, we love your sports stuff, sports memorabilia all day, all night. But who knew? Pokemon. You can have a card. You can go to Prime Time and buy a package of these cards, and a package might be anywhere from $30 to $100, depending on the level of luxury, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you could pull a card in here worth possibly millions of dollars. What are you talking about? Let's get into this. How did this Pokemon craze start? I mean, it's kind of been around. If you're a kid from the 80s and the 90s, 2000s, you know all about it. Luke's all about this. Are you all about this, Joe?
I am, and it's been around for quite some time, right? Because you could play the actual games of the Pokemon and stuff, and do different things. And then the Pokemon Go app came about, and was it 2019 or 2020?
2016.
2016,
yeah.
And then COVID hit, and then it's kind of just like a roller coaster, just kept going up, 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 up. And now here in 2026, a card sold for over $16 million.
One card.
16.
What would that parallel to baseball? Like a Babe Ruth rookie card that was signed by Babe Ruth? I mean, these are insane numbers.
Yeah, these are very insane numbers, and it's just cool to see that something you, as a kid collecting for all these years, now going for this much money, and you didn't even know it.
This is awesome. Folks, we're going to teach you what to look for, the top 10 cards, that kind of stuff in this episode. So hang with us. First, we want to start with shopping. Luke, have you done this before? Have you shopped for a package of Pokemon cards? You're a kid from the 90s. Right?
That's true. 97.
And then again, as he mentioned, this stuff really took off as soon as COVID hit because collectors, you guys all went nuts about all kinds of stuff because we're all kind of hobbited into our little cocoon of a cave, if you will. And so people like Logan Paul from Westlake, Cleveland Zone, and a couple of their celebrity endorsements really got the engines going on this. So let's say I want to get into this Pokemon craze. Is it something that, I'm in my 50s, and I like the collector's stuff. Should I even worry about this? Is this about making money, or is this more about, just collector's items type stuff?
Well, I think that's a question for each individual.
Sure.
And Pokemon stuff is actually, some products are hard to get, but there's quite a few different products. They're constantly coming out with new booster packs, new different boxes of Pokemon cards to collect. Costco comes out with something exclusive, Sam's Club, then you have Target, Walmart. They do have quite a few opportunities to buy packs and actually open packs compared to some of the sport cards. To me, I think Pokemon is easier to collect as well because the price points are there.
Yeah.
For the the collector or the investor too. Because there are some rare cards that come out of them, and they're boxes of clean condition.
Do you have some of these cards, Luke? Have you done this? Have you got into this?
Not anymore. So I actually remember, when I was in second grade, everybody started playing Pokemon out of nowhere, and I was like, I begged my mom. I was like, I have to get a pack of Pokemon cards because people, kids. It's not just a collector's item. It's it's a game that's meant to be played. Just like it was a TV show in the 90s that like people my age grew up on, and video games and all that stuff. Like it touches a lot of different areas, I think. And even though I was never like rabid about it, it was super cool to like have them and show your friends like, dude, look what I have. And of course, I had no sight in the future and got rid of all my Pokemon cards.
What? Grandma doesn't have it in the attic?
No, nothing. I'm sure my dad sold them at a garage sale.
As I was doing my deep dive on this, I realized that, your odds of striking it rich by getting one of these rare cards is rare, like anything in the collector's world. But the best way is to go into, Grandma's shoebox that she has in the closet and go through all of these hundreds, if not thousands, of cards. Let's talk about shopping. What do we look for? You have these items in North Olmsted at Prime Time. Sports and Framing. You have it in Belden Village at your shop. What do we look for? I know nothing about this. I see a package that, let's say this is $40. What separates this from this mammoth of a treasure trove? What appears to be clearly price, probably a magnitude of cards, but tell me what you know about that.
Yeah, there's a couple of different things you can look at. Number one is price point. If you have $40, obviously you're gonna look in the $40 range, and 50, and so on and so forth. If you have unlimited budget, you can. Each box contains different things. So, like for those, for instance, those is a booster bundles, trick or trade. So those were exclusive Halloween booster packs they came out with. Those are for like instead of candy, they came out with this product. Give out booster packs.
What are you supposed to do when you're a kid? You just trade your cards with your friends. Oh, I like this. I like this guy. I like Pikachu. No, I like somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that's exactly what we did growing up.
Yeah, and then that box right there, it tells you on the top there what all it includes on the back there. Sorry.
Okay, it's got all kinds of.
No, I'm sorry, on the top right there. Okay. It tells you right there.
On the top here. Okay, very good.
Yeah, just looking at every product, what it includes and what you're really shooting for. That's what I'd recommend you would want to
One
collect.
squishy toy Pikachu.
Yeah.
That sounds valuable.
Have you noticed more people coming into the shop looking for Pokemon specifically, or trying to sell
Yeah,
it? Or
they come in looking for the sealed wax and also the singles too.
The sea of wax? Sealed wax. I was like, is this a new card?
No,
sounds like something in Pokemon world.
Yeah, no, they love singles. And when you're buying singles, especially, and even wax too, you want to look at the condition, right? Because even when you're buying a collection, people take the cards out or playing Pokemon. The corners could be dent. The edges and such. So if you're looking to buy a card to grade it, make sure you truly take, just like sport cards, you truly take a fine look at it to make sure that's what you want, and looking at the value right there.
When I was reading about the Pokemon, that is everything.
Yeah.
The perfection of the card is everything. When you're going to grade it, if you want a 10, you need to be careful opening these packages then. Open the package, go very gently as you get to the cards and whatnot. Ooh, includes 2 booster packs and 1 eraser. That must be eraser.
And especially when you go to buy singles of Pokemon, the knockoffs are actually really, really good for Pokemon. And so when you're going to buy a single, especially of high value, look and make sure, take the card out, make sure it's not a knockoff, feel it, look at it, really take a true dive, because there's really good knockoffs.
The knockoffs,
yeah.
It's tough, just like sports, cards, but I feel like it's harder to knock that stuff off than this, because this is all kind of cartoony.
Yeah.
It could be replicated. You have a tough job if you're one of the graders.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And there's stuff you can look for. It's more firm than an actual card. That's why anytime I look at Pokemon, I always try to pull it out of the top loader to really feel it, to make sure it's a good card.
This is a whole new world. It's crazy. We're going to go over some of the top cards that you can get your hands on and what they're worth. It's going to blow your mind after this short break. John Ackerman here just told us, he dropped a truth nugget on us. He says, do you know what Pokemon stands for? Pocket Monster! These are Pocket Monsters, folks. Look at this one here. This is probably the top Pokemon card in all of the world and the land. This is the Illustrator. Do you have a ballpark figure what that cost, Joe?
It was over $16 million. It sold on golden auctions.
$16 million. This is the number 2 card currently, and these change. The top 10, they vary depending on the time. This is the Pokemon Charizard Holo first edition card. See, folks, when you get your Pokemon card graded, this is the most important part, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Because you can see it's a 10. It's a 10 over there.
Yep,
that card is
10.
perfect. What's that? That's still in the millions. Gazillions.
Yeah, it's 1 to 2 million. I can't remember the last sale off the top of my head, but it's
Oh, so it's something affordable. No.
no.
It's crazy talk.
It's up there.
This is number 3. This is a name you will recognize. The Trophy a Pikachu #1 mint. Hey, look at this. Look, it says mint, but then it has a 9.
Mint 9.
Mint 9. Shouldn't it be mint 10?
No, Gem Mint 10.
Oh.
Yeah, so they have different names. It's Mint 9, and then below that is Near Mint 8.
There's levels to this game.
Yeah, there's different levels.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm learning. You guys are taking me to school. This is crazy, but the shopping part is very, very important. So, for instance, this package that you have at Primetime
Yep.
Sports and Framing, I'm going to open this one up. This is like a kid under the Christmas tree, Christmas morning. But you got to be very, very careful because, again, mint condition cards, that's everything. And do you when you open these, do you have a little scanner on your phone kind of thing so I can immediately see the value, or do you have to go to an expert?
The best, anytime I open wax like this, and I pull a card that appears to be high value, the first thing I do is I go to eBay. You go to eBay, look up the card, and see if somebody else, there's another card out there, and just try to match pricing if there is. Or if it's like out of 5 of the character or a really rare card, you try to match up previous sales of different sets of that card just to try to get an idea. And then you can go to experts, show them around, and they'll probably do the same thing, look up facts to see if they find any history of recent sales of the cards and so on and so forth.
So I could be holding on to a gem right here. This could be
could.
the package. I remember doing this with baseball cards as a kid and a little stick of gum in there. It was like so exciting.
Yeah.
But when you're opening this, and again, what should I anticipate? This is Pokemon, includes 2 booster packs and 1 eraser. I mean, it's $20-$30. You have a wall of Pokemon cards
We got a good amount.
stuff at Primetime Sports and Framing. Is it the Great Northern that you have all this, or you have it both?
More at Belden.
Okay.
We have a little at Great Northern. But you can find all of our products on eBay Live, on our eBay Live shows.
Whoa. That's a whole eBay Live. You are auctioning off Pokemon cards?
Yep, Pokemon cards and wax. Singles and sealed wax. Yep.
What do you mean sealed wax? Do you mean like it's what
Sealed. Like
You mean
not-
like this?
Not opened, yeah.
this?
Yep.
But individual cards and then these. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how's that work on eBay? The auctions. How's that work? Same as your sports stuff. You get in there, you create an account, and you start bidding.
Yeah.
Kind of thing?
Absolutely. Create an account, get on eBay, and then get on eBay Live and start fighting with other bidders to
Whoa,
be
look
the
out.
winner.
Be careful.
Look out.
Very, very gentle because I don't want to.
We could retire off this pack.
I don't want to
Yeah.
fold the corners. One little crease, folks, could be the difference between if I've got, a card and it's the card, but then there's a big old fold in the middle.
Yep.
Oh, it's not. Now
Yeah,
it's
so
worthless.
when you're opening packs, you got to be careful.
I should be wearing gloves. Okay, I'm going to show you what I got in this package. You tell me when I hit the jackpot, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is Hang Down, Playful Kick. Okay, is that the $1 million
No.
winner? Okay, very careful. It's the back of the card.
It's usually a
Is
couple
it?
cards back.
Couple cards back. Oh, see? All right.
Yeah.
So we're warming up. This is the pregame.
Yeah, the bigger hits usually a couple cards
Stampede, Tall Rap. Okay, are these characters in the game, Luke? Is this worth anything?
Oh, let me see.
Will the card in the package will
Oh, yeah,
will
so
it glisten?
The
Will it-
name, the name's at the top. There's a polywag.
Oh, okay. And this is Helioptile. See, look
We're
at that.
experts
That's-
here,
wow, okay.
folks.
You would think I would read for a living. Okay, so but if there's a magic card of wonder in here, was it going to stand out to me, or do you really have to analyze these
You really
very, very carefully?
you really have to kind of analyze those and understand what you're opening.
Okay, it appears I have like maybe 10, 12 cards in here. Can you tell, like, by just looking at this core fish, like this card might be worth more than this card? Can you? Uh-oh, that looks a lot different. See, that's the next one. No?
That's the trainer.
Am I striking out here? I'm
Right
striking out.
now, yeah.
So, Well, everyone can't be a winner.
No.
Otherwise, it'd be worthless, right? If
Right.
everyone had the same. All right. I feel like I'm going to get some magic in here. I feel like,
Ooh, is that like a dolphin?
yeah, Palafin.
Palafin.
Now, what about this 100? Like, these all have numbers.
Those are for the
60
Those are your hit points.
yes.
hit points.
Yeah, so it's like
it's a
Dungeons
game.
and Dragons. Like if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons, it's all about like this character has this many hit points and can inflict this amount of damage on another
Oh, like the
character.
power. Okay.
Yeah,
like,
it's all about the game. I mean, it's,
so you don't have to be so angry. We don't have to. Why do we have to fight everybody?
I
Why
mean,
do we always have to fight?
I'll
Everything's about
put
fighting.
my Poliwag up against whoever you got in that pack, and
I'll
bet
get some of
come
my
out on
Mortal
top.
Kombat guys to
Yeah.
come after your
Watch
Pokemon
out, buddy.
guys, and we'll see who wins. All right, we're gonna strike it rich here. I feel like, and listen, we're gonna split this, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna keep all the riches to myself. We're gonna split this. All right. Chai Yu, 110. Ooh, powerful, right? Is there the Pokemon movies too, right?
Oh, there's everything.
Oh man, we're running out. We only got a couple cards left. Do you recognize any of these characters?
Ooh,
any
that
of you?
next
Any
one
of
was
these?
kind of cool.
The Whirlipede. And these are there thousands of
There's
characters?
It started out with 150, and now there's well over 1,000.
yeah.
So some of these you should recognize when you open
Yeah.
these packages.
Yeah,
you know?
So that one,
So you have two hollows
that
here.
one kind of
You
catches
had-
my
Hey,
eye.
You have two hollows here coming
This
up.
is so we're getting into this. This might be the nitty gritty. No,
Yeah.
the Wattrel.
So initially, so when you
Thundershock.
pull a card, you're like, wow, is this really worth
See these look shimmery.
it? They are.
But shimmery doesn't mean necessarily money, does it?
Not necessarily, but you got to look it up too. And if you're gonna like, hey, I really want to send this card off to grading, you got to look at the corners, the edges, the centering.
I think we found the land of milk and honey. This next one.
Let's
Look at
see.
this.
Iron
Future.
Leaves.
What does that mean? Future card. That means we're making money.
Yeah.
Come on. Big bucks, no whammies. Right, Joe?
Yeah,
This might be something?
possibly.
I still
we'll
have
to
a
look it up.
one, and that must be the Joker card. I think I have one. Oh, man, I have one more to go. But I don't think it's, I think this is probably the golden nugget. Hey, by the way, thank you for putting that up, Ackerman. Cool Collectibles. Send us your pictures, send us your questions, your inquiries, what you want us to talk about next here on Cool Collectibles. Cool Collectibles at fox8.com. I got to do this backwards, so that's so. Seriously, we got some of your pictures and some of your stuff at sports in the sports sphere. We're going to go over that probably in our next episode and answer some of your questions. So again, how do I find out if this is the one? From
First,
that's going to
initial,
take me.
So we
first
do a
initial,
little research.
go right on
during the
eBay
break.
and look the card up.
Go onto eBay, look this card up. All right, and here's my last one, and this is a barcode. What
That's just an
Pokemon.com redeem some kind
Yeah.
of coupon or something, and this is the last one.
the basic energy.
Basic energy. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, every pack I believe contains a basic energy.
It's how I am before my coffee. I've got basic energy. That's all. I think
I'm
this
at
is the
basic
one.
levels right now.
This is it. See you later, Fox 8. I'm cashing out, baby. Woo! I'm kidding, bosses. If you're watching, I'm joking. Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna look this up. We're gonna get some answers. But that was a lot of fun. I get it. You know, you're hanging out with your pals. You're like, yeah, let's open up our cards. What do you got? And then maybe we find out this card's worth $25. Maybe it's worth $100. And then your buddy has one's $125, but he really wants this. Then you trade and swap. Except for some people who had the Taj Mahal of collections, and then he just gives them up. You gave them up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be here right now if I had kept those Pokemon cards.
Okay. So the biggest mistake people can make with Pokemon cards and collecting, clearly folding the card, damaged card, letting it get too much sun, and then it's faded. What are the biggest mistakes some of the novice, newer collectors and some of the savvier collectors make? What are the biggest mistakes?
I think the biggest mistake in general is just not knowing what you truly have, right? Because
Which I think can be more difficult than like just as a sports fan, where it's like we all have this
Yeah.
kind of base knowledge of I remember that team, I remember that player. But
Yeah.
if you're just coming to it as a novice, I can see where it would
and
be.
with them
a
coming
lot.
out with new packs and new boxes so frequently, just you could pull $100 card and not know. And so really take the time to do research on what you just pulled, and even if you don't know, just take the extra minute, just look it up, do some research. I think that's the biggest mistake across all collecting. Take the extra couple minutes and truly
and have fun with it too.
Yeah,
I feel like this is one of the more fun things to collect, just because there's so much lore and story and like things you don't know about it that you're discovering.
And it's more affordable, especially opening wax.
The top tips to making money if you want to do this, or top tips to impress your Pokemon friends, and the biggest region in America where you find the best Pokemon cards. Coming up after this short break. All right. We just looked up the card I pulled, and I was right. I'm a millionaire. We'll give you that in just 1 second. But first, we want to talk about Joe Brode and these cool signings that you have coming up. You've got some big names coming in, and a first ever to do a public signing. Tell me about the deets.
Yes, June 19th, we have Chase Young coming to Beldenville.
Boom! That monster from Ohio State.
Yep.
Is he still with Washington? Does he still play for?
No, he's on
New Orleans.
Yep.
He plays for the Saints now?
Yep.
Oh, man, he's a monster. And this
He
is his
is.
first public signing ever?
Yeah, for him, yes, locally.
Get a picture with him?
Yep.
Get an autograph with him? Where?
Belden Village Mall at 6:30.
And what date again?
June 19th.
Boom! You talk about collector's items. You're going to
Yeah.
be overrun by Buckeye fans there, I bet.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome. You got more stuff too.
Yeah, absolutely. So June 20th is our hockey event. So this is one of our very first hockey events we've done. We have Jeremy Roenick, Chris Chelios, and Mike Madano. Those guys are at Great Northern Mall. Times are not confirmed yet, but they're going to be later in the day. So probably about 3 p.m. on. I would plan on. They won't be in the morning.
That's going to be Great Northern?
Yeah, Great Northern Mall, June 20th.
Okay.
And then June 25th is the Guardians Day. Brian Rocchio.
Mr. Clutch.
Having a monster season.
So far, knock on wood, we don't want to jinx him, but Mr.
Angel-
Clutch.
Angel Martinez, and then Daniel Schneeman. Those guys will be at Belden Village Mall. And then June 28th.
Schneeman, he's one of my favorite Guardians right now. Jose is the top dog, but Schneeman, he is down and
He is.
gritty.
Martinez just hit a home run last night.
Angel is hitting the cover off the ball.
Oh, he is.
Dude,
He's
10 home runs this year.
Yeah, we need that bat, man. We still need
he
one
won
more.
last night.
Yeah,
Is that 10 or is
that was 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Him and Jose, I think, both have 10.
You gonna get Bazana anytime soon? You gonna?
That's the
he-
one I
he's-
want, man.
he's
I
Fanatics
love
exclusive.
Bazana.
Oh,
Yep, he has an exclusive.
oh, okay. So that means no go.
But we have other Guardians in the works.
Yeah,
that
you
we'll be
do?
announcing
Yeah, of
soon.
course.
You just had the big private signing with Jose Ramirez. They need to erect a statue of him out front of
they
that
will.
stadium now while he's still playing.
I know.
I mean, can you imagine taking your kids and be like, hey, look at this.
There's a couple
Jose
different
Ramirez.
poses that need to be.
I saw
a
that guy
statue of
play,
him.
son.
Yeah, you mean this pose?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, he would hate that, probably.
There's a couple poses that they need to make a statue.
Well, they have
of
that
him.
big art. Is it that art project in Lakewood where the artist?
Oh, I forget where it was, like Parma or something. But yeah,
It's awesome. It's a render. It's an art.
It's
You
a
gotta
good
look it up.
But then our final event update is June 28th. Sophie Cunningham public signing.
Whoa.
And it's not in Ohio. It's going to be in Indiana.
Okay.
And all the details you can find on our website, primetime12.com, or send us an email, coolcollectibles@fox8.com, or send me an email, joe@primetime12.com. If you have any questions about that, we'll be launching all the details on our social medias. And all these guys, if you cannot make it, don't worry. They'll be on eBay Live. So you
Boom.
can purchase an item right there.
It's my home state, Indiana. All my Indiana listeners, go show up to that.
Sophie,
please.
yeah, man, she can shoot the lights
a
out of the
star.
place. She's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome.
That's all for those events. You got to check them out, primetime12.com.
Yep.
And again, email us at coolcollectibles@fox8.com. Okay, so we looked up the values on those cards that we just pulled. And how much am I in the riches? How much? did I
Bad
make?
news there, Gabe.
Wait.
The Iron Leaves Pokemon, the holographic card that you pulled.
Yeah,
At
that's-
least what I'm looking at, and I could be totally wrong, but valued at $1.
That one?
All right,
I don't
that's
know.
a start.
You
We
can
all
look
got to
at-
start
here,
somewhere.
Let me look up it again. Look it up again.
He
but
thought it was closer to 30.
let me see.
We got to maybe. It's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna hold on to it because it's gonna grow,
Yeah.
folks. It's gonna grow in value.
What about the other one? Wardle. Or-
Yeah, Wardle.
Is it Wardle?
And while he's looking that up, Joe, give me the best idea I mean, because these cards, they come out in limited editions, just like the baseball cards at Costco, and people just scoop them up. You have a palace of Pokemon wall at your shops. The best advice that you have for people getting into this to make some money.
I think the initial is going to a Pokemon card show. Actually,
Okay.
go to. They have plenty.
40 cents. Sorry.
So I'm at $1.40. All right. Hey, I still got another packet here too. Ha ha
Yeah.
ha.
There's plenty of Pokemon card shows out there, and go there, see what some of these people and what all the different cards are. It's just like buy, sell, and trade, right? So if you see a card for $10 and you offer $5, and you can go try to flip that for $8 to $10, you made a couple bucks. I think you really just go to a Pokemon card show and gain as much knowledge as you can. And I think that's the best possible tip I can give.
Card show.
Yeah, go to a Pokemon card show.
And if are there general terms like if I buy a card right now, it's $50. It's worth $50 at a card show. It's one of my favorite characters, I buy it, and I want to hold on to this because I want to give this to my kids one day. Generally speaking, I mean, it's like anything. What's it worth? It's worth what someone's willing to pay for. But in 10, 20 years from now, that $50 card might double. Maybe
it might, depending on hype, right? We're seeing a lot of trends in general when things go up in price it's because of hype, right? If there's like a anniversary of a character or a box or something exclusive are coming out, okay, the hypes will start going up. People will start trying to buy it. Give me an example. There's a guy. Let me pull it up. There's a guy collecting a specific. His name is Kabuto King. He gained like internet fame, and he tried to buy up every single first edition fossil Kabuto card in existence. And originally it started around $2, and now because he bought over 1,700 copies, they're now worth $50 a card.
Wow.
Yeah. So there's different things people are doing with collecting in general.
Wow.
That was interesting to me because you're literally controlling the market and the value just based off of making less available inventory for people.
Right.
If you buy them all up, there's less for other people to buy. So
Well, I don't want
strategy.
to throw you guys a curveball, but I'm going to throw you a curveball because I just opened the second package. And I got another green card, kind of like the last one, the shimmery, shiny Pinnacle. It's a ram. It's a foil card. It's probably worth thousands. Unlike and I got another green card in this package.
Look at that.
That was cool.
Whimsicott. This is the seed bomb. Very nice. But unlike the other package, I got a purple surprise attack card.
Ooh.
Oh.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Mind blown. Huh? You want this action. Have to look that one up. Maybe it's worth something.
Couple
maybe not.
bucks, maybe.
It is so much
Could
fun,
be.
though.
Yeah.
Do people have like Pokemon parties? Like, hey, I got a box. You get a box. Come on, let's go have some beers and check out our Pokemon cards.
Yeah, if people do that, yeah.
That is fantastic.
They have trade shows for Pokemon, so people come in, bring all your Pokemon stuff. They'll sit down and, people had food and just hang out and talk about Pokemon, buy, sell, trading, and,
Is this going to last? Is it going to last? Is it going to be here? I mean, it started off a game
It's been
and
around
movies.
for 30 years now.
yeah.
I don't think it's going anywhere.
No, it's just something people love to do. I don't think it's going anywhere
As
anytime
long as there's
soon.
an appetite for it.
Yeah.
Final word on Pokemon. I mean, you surprised by all this stuff? Are you surprised by anything here? This is a crazy world to me.
Yeah,
Honestly, no. I think no, just because I grew up with Pokemon and I know how many people loved Pokemon and that show was in every single TV in America for a long time. You come home from school or whatever and throw Pokemon on. So I think there's it's a big nostalgia thing and it reminds people of their childhood and it's fun. I like
cool.
it.
The thing that amazes me is how much things are worth.
Yeah.
And how much money is to be made just collecting something you love. Doing it every day. I mean, you could have a regular 9 to 5 and still make a ton of money on the side collecting Pokemon.
Hey, we've ripped the cover off this. Folks, don't have basic energy. Get to your grandma's attic. Get to your attic. Get to the toy box in the bottom. Maybe you have some of these cards that are really worth something, and you can make a little money for yourself. But reach out to us. We're Cool Collectibles at fox8.com. Let us know what you want to talk about. Do you want to talk more specifics on getting a Shaquille O'Neal autographed card? Dude, you are the man, baby. Yeah. You are the man. That's really cool. Check out Joe and Primetime. They're all over social media. They make some really good video, too. The content, you and Laney, the stuff's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny stuff. Reach out to us. We'll see you next time here on Cool Collectibles. Have a good day.